All right, everyone, welcome to the Rise 41 podcast. Today, I have the privilege of hosting Mr. Stephen J. Wampler, and he is an American documentary producer, a mountaineer, a disability advocate who was born with cerebral palsy affecting the entire left side of his body. And in 2002, he and his wife, Elizabeth, founded the Stephen J. Wampler Foundation and later opened Camp Wamp in 2004, which is a sleepaway camp dedicated to providing life-changing outdoor experiences for children with physical disabilities. His acclaimed documentary, Wampler's Ascent, chronicles his groundbreaking achievement as the first person with cerebral palsy to climb Yosemite's iconic El Capitan. And if you've seen movies about Yosemite, you've seen El Capitan, and it is incredible. And with that intro, welcome, Stephen. Glad to have you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yes, sir. So
Yeah.
let me ask you. Let's just start the questions. So many questions. So let me go ahead and ask you. So, one moment, did you have a moment in your life that you realized that your challenges could be transformed like into something to empower other people? Like, do you have a moment like that?
Yes. It happened at camp when I was 9 years old,
Mhm.
and my parents put me on a bus and
Mhm.
said, "You go to camp," and that's where basically my life changed to the
Mhm.
better. Um, I learned that I could do and and anything. I put my mind to, and it pushed me to think bigger and want more out of life.
At age 9 already
Yeah,
with that opportunity.
yeah.
That's amazing. So, would those experiences that the wilderness camps in your youth, is that what inspired then the creation of Camp Wamp? Is that where you kind of got the idea?
Basically, I love the outdoors so much, and I got an environmental engineering degree from the university, and I got out of school and got a job. I hated my job. I said I wanted more out of life, and
Mhm.
I can't put have profoundly changed, changed my life for the better. So I'm like, I went to my wife and said, "What do you think I need? I want to open up a camp."
Mhm.
And she said, "Okay, go for it." And here we are, almost 24 years later,
Wow.
and we've affected over 1,500 kids so far over that time period.
That's incredible. That it's an incredible mission how you made it happen. Because I mean,
It's a lot of work.
it's a lot of
Yeah,
work and it's a huge undertaking. And then of course you're dealing with, not typical children, but children with special needs. Like I have like my
yeah.
son who's 26. He's also he has special needs. He's a young man who lives with Down syndrome and autism.
Okay.
So I understand some of the challenges of the non-typical, right? That we
Yeah.
have to make sure to make certain
Right.
accommodations, and that just adds to the logistics, right? And already running a camp is crazy.
Oh my God, it's not.
That's
It's a
already like a
lot.
crazy thing. Oh, for sure,
It's
for
a
sure. All
lot,
the
but
logistics,
I love every second of it now.
I love it. Okay, so
Yeah,
you've clearly found your life mission. You
yeah,
clearly
I
found like your
really
life
did.
mission, bringing that joy to like people. And so now let me ask you, because of, I mean, the story of the Capitan and that achievement is just such a unique one in a million story. So what was so first let's talk about El Capitan, what it is for those who may not be familiar. But it is that iconic rock face that you see in Yellowstone, right? In the
And you're sorry.
in the Yosemite. I always get them mixed up. So
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
but but it's that iconic rock face, which my middle child is a rock climber. So he has
Okay.
dreamed, and he just turned 18, and he has told me that this is going to be one of the climbs that he's going to do. So,
Yep.
yeah.
And
So he was, as a matter of fact, he was the one who found your story as he was like
oh
looking into
wow,
Yosemite. Yeah, him and my wife, we were like thinking of like trips and such, and we literally stumbled across your story, which was amazing.
wow.
So so in any case, so let's talk about this because this is a challenging climb for
Oh,
anyone. Even if you're an athlete in the best shape in your 20s, young, full of energy and ability, it is a challenge. So
yep.
tell me, what was the most significant challenge that you faced? How did you plan
Um,
it? How did you execute?
well, the reason why I did the climb overall is I really wanted to put my foundation on the map worldwide, and I didn't want to do like the typical go across country in my
Yeah.
wheelchair because that's always been done. And I'm thinking, okay, what can I do myself to really
Mhm.
prove something to all the kids that are out there that are um thinking their disability is hin- a, a hindrance to
Mhm.
themselves or whatever. And like I was sponsoring like 4 or 5 other camps at at the time when one happened to be in Yosemite. I happened to be there in May of 2009, and
Mhm.
I just sat, I was around the campfire with a bunch of climbers, and like, what would it take for me to climb El Cap?
They just
And
popped it to your head like you just
yeah,
saw it and like, you know,
yeah, and there it was, and I'm like if other disabled people have done it, why can't I? Why can't I? So they looked at me and said, well, have you ever climbed it before? I said, no. Um, and when are you in shape to do this? I go, probably not
yeah.
right now, but I can.
Mhm.
So basically, I went home after that trip
Mhm.
and um trained for 18 months.
Wow.
And when I trained hard. I was
Yeah.
basically in the gym the last 4 or 5 months, 6 hours a day, six
Mhm.
days a week. I knew it.
Wow.
I knew this time was going to be beyond anything I've ever done in my life. And
Mhm.
I just set out to do it. And
Mhm.
it was going to be a one and done situation. Situations. I
Yeah.
wanted, I wanted to be on film so I could prove that
Yeah.
it was done, and I
Mhm.
could prove to the kids around the world that really anything is possible.
Seriously.
And and basically that's what I did. I did it just
You just did
prove
it.
I just did it.
So
And
how
that
long did
was
it take from start to finish? Like was this
it
like
took 6 days.
wow. So there
Yeah.
was camping on the
Yeah.
on the rock face
Yep.
and wow. That's
So I was on there for
crazy.
5 nights, 5 nights, six
Uh-huh.
whole days.
Uh-huh.
And there were a lot of times where I'm like, why am I doing this? This is
GRs, yeah.
dumb. This is ridiculous. This is fantastic. This is beyond what I ever imagined. This
Uh-huh.
is this is otherworldly. I mean, it was out of this world being on that base for 6 days. It was
Yeah.
uncomfortable. It was hard. It was painful. It was everything that you could imagine. It was everything that and more.
Right. I mean, it's life changing. I'm sure it was
Yeah,
absolutely life changing. So for everyone who's watching this podcast, if they want to learn more, you have a documentary
yeah.
that you created, which is called Wampler's Ascent. Can people find it, like, say, on Amazon, or is it
It's on Amazon Prime right
Amazon
now.
Prime? Okay,
It's been there for 3 or 4 years, and
excellent.
I don't know. So we're gonna take it down, but boy, not. But yeah, it's on there for everybody to see, and
Mhm.
it's the raw emotion of a climb.
Right, right. I mean,
Like,
it's that persistence and just drive to, like, get this done over time. Like you
yeah,
said, I mean, 5 nights, 6 days, that requires like superhuman levels of concentration and drive and effort and determination. So my hat's off to you. Like, this is
thank you.
it's an amazing feat. It's truly an amazing
Yeah,
feat.
never again will I do it. I'm telling you. Yeah,
But you've done it.
yeah,
So you've done it
that's
already.
right. Yeah,
I guess the next thing is Everest, I guess. If you
no, that's that.
I don't want to try that either. I've
No,
seen too many
no
terrible
way.
stories of what can go wrong up there because it's too
Yeah,
crowded, is what I hear.
yeah,
So
everything be going.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
too crowded. No, thank you.
yeah,
So,
yep,
all right. So let me ask you. When you founded the Stephen J. Wampler Foundation,
yeah.
have you had some any unexpected learning about disability and resilience from the kids now, not just from your personal
Oh
experience?
God, yeah. The whole reason why we operate
Mhm.
the camp is to um make sure the kids that come to camp can see their lives in bigger and bigger and more powerful way. And a lot of these kids are going on to college, they're getting jobs, they're getting married. We have 4 babies that have been born over the years.
Wow.
Yeah, and
Oh, you said 24 years. That's a long time.
it is a transformational um experience to be out in the wilderness with a counselor, and we're not the typical summer sleep in a cabin, heated a heated swimming pool. We're strictly outdoors under the stars.
Mhm.
Um and they learn all about what they're capable of doing and what they're and we teach them independence, self-reliance, confidence, just the bigger picture on life.
Yeah, the life lessons that will carry on, right, as they go
Yeah,
into adulthood, that they know
right.
that they can, literally, that they can.
And it's a stepping stone for them. Take
Yes.
advantage of it. Yeah.
Yeah, and expand those horizons, because
Yep.
I'm sure, like all of us, typical or people with like special needs in any case, we're always told, I don't know, it's society, right? They always tell you, like, you can only do so much, but the answer is actually no. We can do so much
Well,
more, so much
oh
more
my
than that.
God. Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So let's see. How do you believe? I mean, we kind of touched on this. So these outdoor experiences, they transform the children's lives with physical disabilities. Like you said, they expand horizons and so forth. Have you seen them consider things after the camp like they normally wouldn't even consider, as far as,
Oh
like,
God.
careers or aspirations of any kind?
The parents come away after that week of camp and say, my my child had a different view of life
Yeah.
overall. They're more capable. They want to do more. They they expect more from themselves
Mm.
than ever before.
That's amazing. It's, again, life changing, and it's
Yeah,
every child's life is changed when they go through that.
yeah,
I'm sure.
it really
Wow.
is. It's a life changing experience. And again, we're not catered to Disneyland type camp.
Hmm.
It's really rugged. It's
Hmm.
all outdoors.
Yeah.
You have
It's the real deal. It's the real
a
deal.
deal. But we have 3 really good meals a day, and there's indoor toilets and showers. But
Hmm.
that's it. I mean, they're outside,
Doing outdoor things as
outdoor
they should.
things. Yep, yep.
That's amazing. So let me ask you, what role has your support system, especially your wife Elizabeth, right?
Yeah.
Uh, so what's what, how has she been supportive in your journey, and how do you nurture that support? Because I assume that this is a partnership in order to make these
Yeah.
things happen. Can you tell us a
Yeah.
little bit more about how that works?
It was the two of us for the first seven, 17 years because we just kept it bare bones. Now we have a staff of like 5 in the office, all
Nice.
around, and they do everything from fundraising to recruiting to training to just making sure everything's running well.
Hmm.
And I've taken a back seat a little bit, if you will, I'm there
Uh,
during camp for the kids, but I do the day-to-day office paperwork and
mhm.
government regulations and
Sure.
state stuff. But that's yeah. My wife does a lot of the overall fundraising, bigger picture fundraising, like the endowment that we're working on, and the bigger the bigger picture stuff.
Absolutely. It's a synergy then between you guys.
Yep,
Like you do the office
yep,
stuff and the regulatory stuff, and then she does like the fundraising and awesome. Like you
right.
guys have that figured out. So let me
Yeah,
ask you: Is it correct for me to say that you have a background in environmental engineering? Is that correct?
yeah, correct.
Okay. All right. And how has that influenced your approach to both, clearly to adventure and advocacy here? Has your background in environmental engineering helped you in this capacity?
Yes, big time. About 8 years ago, after my climb, a couple in Arizona saw my movie and they called me out of the blue and said, we would like to buy you a camp of your own. And they came to San Diego, sat down with my wife and I, and said, yeah, we're interested in buying you a piece of property of your own. We leased
Wow.
a property for, for a long time, and 7 years ago, they bought us 130 acres in the high Sierras of California, and it's a gorgeous piece, piece of property. It takes
Uh-huh.
a lot of maintenance and environmental engineering to keep the property going, if you will. So I'm using my degree to keep property up and up and running. So to speak.
That's amazing. I mean,
Yeah, it's
that's
awesome.
wow. So it sounds like you have like a great support system between
Yeah,
your wife and your staff now after all these years, as well as like the ability to have involve all these other people to like also assist, which is phenomenal.
yeah,
So
great. Because my wife and I were doing everything for a long time.
right, right. I mean, like you said, 24 years. You're coming up on your
Yeah.
silver anniversary, right? Next year. So that's
I
amazing.
know.
So,
Yeah.
okay, last question. Last question for
Yeah.
today. So, what advice would you give young people facing their own challenges, like when it comes to dreaming big and pushing past those limitations? Give us some words of advice and encouragement.
I would say, never, ever, ever give up on that your dream. Um, there's always tomorrow. And I would say that life has challenges for everyone, and your challenges might seem harder, but there's always ways around them.
Yes, there are always solutions.
Yeah, always.
Love that. I love that.
Yep.
All right, Stephen, it's been an absolute pleasure. So
Thank you.
I want to thank you so much for taking some time. And for the folks watching this episode, all of the information about Stephen's camp and his documentary will be in the notes underneath with this episode. So you can go visit. Please, if you have a child with special needs, this is the camp. Contact Stephen. This is the place to go. This is an experience that's once in a lifetime. So please reach out. And if you can, help. This is an amazing mission. And I just wanted to bring attention to it because it's outstanding and astounding at the same time, which is that it's incredible. What you've done and what you are doing is life-changing to so many and so positive. And I mean, it just needs to be publicized and put forward because it's truly remarkable and amazing. And I want to thank you for that. All right, with that, yes, sir. Go ahead.
Thank you for your time.
Absolutely. It's the least I can do because, like I said, this story has to be told. It has to be told. People have to know about this mission because it's phenomenal what you're doing with this camp and for the children. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining Stephen and myself. And remember, assess, adapt, overcome. This is Rise 41 signing off. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.